You're live, Isabel. Look, it's behind you. Izzy, look. What's this? No, you can't have that. Hold on a sec, guys. Come here, kiddo. Hey, Deb. Izzy wanted to say hi to you. Hello. She got herself a grooming the other day, so she's all trimmed up now. Say, everybody have a good day out there. There you go, little girl. I had to coax her on with a snack. For some reason, she always runs upstairs whenever I get on live. She knows. I think she knows I'm down here working. How's everybody doing today? Please leave me a message as you stop by. And don't forget to hit the like button as you guys come in here. Looks like I'm pretty much on time today, yeah? I had a little bit more time to get ready today, so I've got my tea here. Keep me warm. It's freaking cold out here these days. Whew. She's afraid of the air horn. Yeah. I haven't done that to her for a while, so she should be, I'm surprised she even remembers that. Now she's going to go run upstairs with her little treat that I gave her. How you doing, Deb? Are you still working on 0.5 milligram or so? Hopefully I'm not yelling too loud. Am I too loud? Kevin, what's up, my man? Good to see you in here, buddy. Looks like we got a lot of good feedback from our video we did last week, man. I can't thank you enough for hopping on with me. That was a good time. I've went back and watched that video a few times already. Let's see here. Who's all in here right now? So far, Deb, Kevin's in here. You just made me smile. I thought you'd like it, Deb. You're always asking about Izzy. There was a huge thunderstorm here today in Utah, and I took her outside to use the bathroom. And the loudest, it was like a 15-second rumble. It was so loud, and she like ran back inside. She's like, I ain't doing this. Angela, how are you? Angela says, can you make a video about sobriety and emotions within the first year? Yeah, I could do that, Angela. Anything particular you want to know about? Or maybe tell me like what you're struggling with, what type of emotions you're struggling with, so I can get a little bit better of an idea of like what you're wanting to have a video made for. Just side note, guys, if you guys have any video topics like Angela just had, go ahead and throw them in the chat, or if you're watching this on the replay, actually probably best to leave that information on the replay because there might be a bit of people chatting the live chat, but I'll try to take a note about what you'd like me to make a video about. So, and remember, guys, if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at the live chat here on my phone. I'm not ignoring you guys. Let's see here. Okay, before we get started, guys, I need to let you know I'm not a doctor. Nothing on my channel is medical advice. Please speak to your addiction doctor if you're struggling with addiction. This is for entertainment purposes only and me just sharing my experience with you guys. Let's see here. Okay. So Deb says she's trying to get to 0.33. This is the third day, kind of. Dang, you're getting close. You're getting down there. You're working with scraps at this point. Hey, Marky Rizzo, what's up, man? Good to see you, buddy. Marky, side note, did you, who was it? Was it somebody was really interested in doing what you did, so I referred him to the Ibogaine video, and I think he has been doing research on it. So there have been a few people asking me about the Ibogaine stuff, so shout out to you for sharing your experience. If you guys missed that show, it was about 2 weeks ago from this Wednesday. You can go back to my live video history, and if you're interested in doing the iboga stuff, there's a lot of information in that video that we did. And also there's a link to Marky sharing his experience. So feel free to look into that if you guys would like to. So Zach says, celebrating day 1 at 0.3 milligrams today. Good job, man. You're getting so low. You guys are so low. Woo. Has it been hard, Zach, getting that low? Let's see. Kevin says, absolutely, brother. I'm in every week if I'm available. That's great, dude. Yeah, I've seen that you've been interacting with people and responding to comments and stuff. So I thank you for that as well. That's awesome. There might be a couple people in the comments section that have recently got on Sublocade. There was one guy, I think it might have been Cameron, who got his first shot yesterday. So I'm interested to hear how he's doing. A lot of people are starting to go from low doses of Suboxone to the 100 milligram shot of Sublocade. So I'm telling people who are doing that to document or write down like what they're experiencing so we can have like a catalog of people. I'd like to create like an official Sublocade introduction video or something, and everybody who has gotten on Sublocade can share what dose of Suboxone they came from and how they felt and how their transition was. That way people can get a lot of stories in one place. So hopefully I can make a video like that soon. And then going forward, we can have a lot of people sharing their transition. And then that will help others going forward to kind of try to find what doses they might need to be at or where they could start from, if that makes sense. Christopher, how are you? I seen your comment about TRT earlier. I spoke to my primary care provider and got the order for the testosterone levels. That's good. Yeah, let me know what your T levels are, because I bet you, especially if you're on higher doses of like Suboxone, then you're more than likely going to be for sure low on testosterone. So, especially I think you said earlier you've been on testosterone for 10 years. So yeah, you're probably down at like, I'd be willing to guess that you're probably like 300 on your testosterone levels. I bet you're within 100 of 300. Let's see here. But yeah, let me know when you get your blood test back. I'm really curious. Angela says, I'm on my first year and struggling with anxiety, panic attacks, sadness, and anger. Whew. What's your dose at, Angela? See, that sucks that you're already struggling with so many like issues like that. Do you know what I mean? Especially where it's like your first year. The first year of Suboxone is usually people's honeymoon period where like things are going really well. I'm assuming you're on a high dose or a very low dose. One of the two, right? What's your dose, Angela? Sherry says, Kratom, what's the pros and the cons? Thanks for the question, Sherry. So pros and cons of Kratom are, let's start with the pros. The pros are you can get it at your local gas station more than likely. Some people can use it to bypass their withdrawal. Like if you run out of if you're in opiate active addiction and you run out of painkillers, you can go get Kratom and it will hold off the withdrawals. Some people use Kratom to hold off the withdrawals from Suboxone if they run out of Suboxone early. The cons is there's kind of a lot of cons with it. Constipation, a lot of the same opiate issues, sex drive issues, constipation. Some people report sweating. Also, you will have withdrawals once you come off of the Kratom. Some people have elevated liver counts, start having problems with their liver because of all the stuff that they have to ingest through their mouth, because it's like heavy doses that you have to like physically, compared to like a small Suboxone, you have to take like scoops of Kratom. Very addictive, very short half-life, so it works quick but it goes away quick, so you're having to dose Kratom like 4 or 5 times a day to keep yourself out of withdrawal. Those are just a few things that pop into my mind. Be very careful with Kratom. I believe it can be very addicting for people who have struggled with opiate addiction. And whenever I talk about Kratom, I let people know, use with caution. Always try to use the lowest dose possible. Angela says struggling with triggers as well. I'm curious what your dose is if you're having triggers, Angela. Let's see here. Already 10 minutes in here. Before we keep going too far, guys, I just wanted to send a quick shout out to the sponsors of last week's live stream. I want to say thank you all who have donated to the channel. It lets me know that you guys are enjoying the work that I'm putting in for you, and also the information that I bring to the channel. People who did a super chat last week were, let's see here, Rachel B, Mikey, Drained Eyes, Marky Rizzo, and Deb, and also Misty. It looks like we had a pretty good amount of support last week, guys, so thank you all for that. And then a side note on the replays, we had Mark Brown and Anastasia had left a super sticker on the replays. So shout out to all you guys that donated to the show throughout the week and on last week's live stream. Even if it's like a little donation, it still helps me get a little cheery-eyed when I see that pop up on my screen. And then hopefully in the future, I can start putting that money towards getting some better stuff going on here. Definitely need a microphone so it's not so echoey in here. And then I would like to do some computer upgrades in the long-term future. And I'd like to start doing reaction videos too, because a lot of people are asking me like what I think about this video or that video. But thank you all for the support last week and through the week. It does mean a lot to me, so thank you guys. Let's see here. Oh, okay. So I just wanted to remind you guys, do not forget to tune in next Wednesday. I have a very special guest that some of you will recognize. And it's not always the easiest to reach out to people and have them come on to your show. So I'm very excited that he's going to be here. And I definitely believe it's going to be very informative for you guys that are curious about Suboxone and Sublocade, and also many other addiction issues too. So don't forget, guys, next week, same time, same place. This is the new time that we're going to start the live streams from here out. So don't forget to set yourself a reminder, because a lot of people are getting unsubscribed for whatever reason. Somebody said today that they checked and they were unsubscribed to my channel and they have no idea why. So go ahead and check and see if you're still subscribed. It would be nice to get up to 2,000 subscribers here soon. Hopefully that happens sooner than later. It's kind of getting hot in here. Let's see here. I'm not sure how many of you guys have noticed, but I've had a few people ask me what happened to Matty. I have no idea, you guys. He won't even respond to my texts anymore. He deleted his channel, so I don't know what happened to Matt. I'm sorry for you guys that are looking for him. I don't know where he's gone or what's going on with him, but his channel is gone. I hope he's okay. You know, I've always kind of been guarded as far as making friends off of YouTube and for that exact reason, guys, because you start to care about somebody, right? And then you start to worry about them. And if they start to go through trouble and they start, going through some stuff that you're concerned about, and it's like, you want to be there to support them. And then they just go missing on you. It's really sucky to go through that. So it's like, not only he won't respond to me, but I don't know if he's okay. I hope he's okay. Have any of you guys talked to Matt? I haven't heard anything from him. And for whatever reason, his channel's gone. So Matt, if you're watching this, I hope you're okay, dude. And I wish you would just at least text me and let me know you're okay. But it just reminds me, guys, that's why I try not to get too attached to people, because when you're in this line of videos, people go missing sometimes. So I just hope he's okay. All right, let me get back to some comments here. Oh, hold on a second. Deb came through with a $20 super chat. Damn, girl. That was quick today. Thank you. Deb, we all know that you are the #1 supporter of this show. You're such a badass, and I'm so thankful that you're here helping us every freaking week. Kicking butt in the comments, getting rid of the trolls, and also donating to the Egg White Fund. You're a huge blessing to me, Deb, so thank you very much. I'm glad that you see value in this channel. Thank you, girl. $20 super chat, Deb. Woo! Thank you. And now it's stuck on the super chat. Hold on a second. You're stuck, Deb. You're stuck. See what happens when you guys super chat? It goes boom. It's cool how it does it. It like flashes all over the screen. Let's see here. Can't get it up. Oh, there we go. I got it. Thank you, Deb. You're awesome. Hey, Rachel B. How are you? All right. Let me get back to some comments. It looks like we've already got a bunch of comments going here. All right. Do you guys have any questions for me about anything? Go ahead and drop them. I know Mikey was a bit upset that I missed a bunch of questions when I had Kevin on. But you guys know how it is when I'm deep in a conversation. It's impossible for me to go through all the comments. So this week, it's me. It's all me, you guys. Whatever questions you guys have, I'll try to hit on every single comment question you guys have here. But again, next week when I have my guest on, I'm not going to be able to go through all the comments like this. So Nikki was on 24 milligrams of Suboxone, and she switched right over to Sublocade. She's on day 4, and I feel good. Dude, congratulations, Nikki. That is awesome. So I'm assuming you got the 300 milligram shot, right? Did you have any complications for the first few days? So you people that are on high doses of Suboxone, look at what Nikki's saying right now in the live stream. It'll kind of give you an idea of what to expect if you do that. Because I know I've read some people that came from high doses of Suboxone, like 24 milligrams. And somebody commented like a few days ago, they said that they made it like 8 to 10 days, and then they started to feel like they needed a little bit. So they're going to supplement a little bit for the last couple weeks until they get their second shot, and then they should be totally good from there. So hopefully, Nikki, you can just go all the way. Try your hardest if you can to not take any more from here, because remember, every day that you don't put Suboxone in your mouth, that's one more day that your brain is okay with not having something put under your tongue. You guys always hear me talk about that, right? Zach says, I stopped taking subs for a couple days, then dropped my level. It's really hard. That's really challenging to do that, man, because when you're on such a low dose of Suboxone like you are, the withdrawal kicks in fast. So if you're able to skip a couple days and then you can come back on it the next lower dose, that's one of the best ways that I've found when trying to like speed up the taper is if you can take a couple days off, then just come back on the next lower dose and your body will be like, all right, we're good. Just suffer for a couple days. Use that as the next stepping point in your taper. Props to you, Zach. You're almost there, buddy. I'm excited for you, man. Kev says, that is awesome, Nikki. Wow, nice. I hope Cameron can get on here. I think it was Cameron that got his shot yesterday. And then I also think it was a guy named CR. Send me a comment if you're in here. Both of those people were also getting – it seems like there's a lot of people that are moving towards Sublocade now. So it's great to hear that you're doing good, Nikki. Deb says, that's great, Nikki. Did you feel any tiredness or any rush after getting it? Just curious. Yeah, let us know. I'm curious what she says on that. Oh, so she says, oh, wait, sorry. Nikki's like, I'm a dude. Sorry, Nikki. I think that's what, wait. Okay, so Nikki's a guy. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Nikki. So he says he took 300 milligrams and he felt fine. So he didn't have the overwhelmingness. from the 300 milligram shot. I talked to Cameron, and he went from, I believe, 2 to 3 milligrams a day to the 100 milligram shot. And he said the first day it felt strong. So hopefully he can hop on here soon and tell us how he's doing now. He said he didn't have that big rush like I had. As you guys know, I had like a sudden rush at the 6-hour mark after my first injection. It just felt like 25 milligrams hit me all at once, and then it went away after like 2 or 3 minutes. And I haven't had anything like that happen again since. Let's see here. Okay, Nikki says, Deb, I get tired in the middle of the day. That's it. Yeah, that should go away. I bet you within the first week or so, Nikki, that will go away and you'll be feeling totally normal. Rachel says, thanks for sharing, Nikki. I take between 12 and 18 milligrams a day and have been thinking about switching over. Rachel, I think that would be a perfect dose to go from 12 to 18 milligrams a day to the 300 milligram shot. You should be able to instantly stop taking Suboxone and just move on with your freaking life. Maybe get, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots, however many you want. You decide when you get to move on, right? Let's see here. Deb broke the live. Deb's super chat broke the live. Let's see here. Okay, Kevin says, yes, Cameron got her shot yesterday. Oh, gosh. Okay, so Cameron's a girl too. Or wait. Sorry, I'm getting everybody mixed up. I'm sorry if I refer to you as a guy and you're a girl. That's my bad. Sometimes it's not easiest to tell, depending on what picture you might have in your avatar. And obviously, some of these names are interchangeable, right? Deb, do you want to hit that that bot that just posted that? Oh, it looks like the spammer's coming through here. Get him, Deb. Yep, she goes. She got him already. All right, let's see here. So who else is in here? Looks like we've got 12 people in here. Leave me some comments. Who's in here? So far, I've only talked to Rachel, Nikki. Who was I talking to earlier about their Suboxone dose? Oh, Angela, what's your Suboxone dose at? Marky Rizzo. So I've only seen, Zach's in here. So I've only seen about 6 of you guys' comments. Who else is in here? Say what's up to your boy. 13 people. It's gone, she says. Laugh. Oh, wait. Kevin, were you serious then or not? You trolling? Kevin the troll. Cameron got her shot. Somebody else I was talking to on Reddit, Kev, they were like, Kevin thought I was a guy, but I'm definitely a girl or something like that. I can't remember the person's name. You probably know who I'm talking about. It's one of the other people that are very active on the Reddit forums on Sublocade. I agree. Suffer 2 days, then taper down half of what you were taking. It works. Yeah, it definitely does. And that's what I was trying to tell Jen because she ran out of her Suboxone a week. She had to go a week without Suboxone. I told her, like, that's your time to come back on and come back on at a lower dose. Wise metric. How much steroids do you use? I take 150 milligrams every 6 days of testosterone replacement therapy. So testosterone is a steroid, but as far as like taking steroids like you're probably referring to, I don't do that anymore. I used to in my 20s. I actually used to be addicted to steroids, and I used to be way bigger than this. I used to make myself look small to where I am now. But yeah, I'm on testosterone replacement therapy. I get my testosterone checked every 6 months by my doctor, and 150 milligrams usually puts me up in the 800 to 900 range, which is the upper normal level limit. He takes egg whites. Yes, I do take a lot of egg whites. Let's see here. Brandon. Oh, what's up, Brandon? How are you, buddy? You been posting videos, Brandon? So nobody's heard from Matt then, I'm assuming? Did you guys notice his channel's been taken down? He's probably really struggling right now, so hopefully he's okay. Let's see here. I do know that person went 100 milligram and done. Yes. Cut sensitive, cute sensitive, cut sensitive. Yes, that's exactly who I'm talking about. Yeah, she said that she took 100 milligram shot and hasn't had anything for what, 4 months or so, Kev? Is that about right? If I remember right? The longest I went without my subs was like 3 or 4 days. Yeah, that's usually about when most people's withdrawals kick in. Maybe one day you will truly be sober. Thank you, Wise Mechanic, for that thoughtful, groundbreaking message. Maybe one day. Let's see here. Okay, but I messed up and went back to my normal dosage. So what dose are you at now, Brandon? Haven't heard from Pat in a while either. Pat. Who's Pat? Sorry, I'm having a brain fire. Who's Pat? Now I'm like thinking of like all the Patrick names. Patrick. What was his full name on the YouTube? He has a channel? I didn't know that. Yeah, you're right, Dev. He did change the channel name to High and then deleted the videos. Yeah, I've searched for it and it's definitely gone. Was he from the UK? Kevin asks, can we submit questions for your guest next week? Yes. I'm trying to think the best way to do that. What I'm going to do is, because he wants to post on his channel as well, like a link to the live stream. So I'm trying to think of the best way to do that. What I'll have you guys do, if you have questions for, I'll just say it's a doctor that specializes in Sublocade and Suboxone. So that might kind of give away who I'm going to have on. And it's not somebody I've already had on the channel in the past. So if you guys have questions for him, feel free to leave it on the replay of this video, okay? If you have any questions from an addiction specialist doctor about Suboxone, Sublocade, anything like that, then drop it in the comments of this video, and I'll make sure that we go over that question at the beginning of next week's live stream. We don't know what happened to Matt, Brandon. He's just disappeared. So Matt's on 12 milligrams altogether. See, that was, I think you said, see, Brandon, that's why a lot of people are getting on Suboxone, because like they'll taper down, right? And then something happens and then they start going back up with their dose. And some people are able to be like Zach, and I think Deb is like this as well, and like Reed, super controlled, right? And super calculated and super slow, and just really making sure that they nail that dose down before they step down. But then a lot of people are like me. Like, to me, I get on a roll and I start to kick butt. I'll taper every 3 or 4 or 5 days down to the next dose. And I'll kick butt, and I'll get down to a certain dose, and then bam, it all hits me, and then I start to go back up. And I've pretty much done that for like the last 4 years, up and down, and it's just made me feel like a crazy person. And so that's why I was like, I don't have nothing to lose trying Sublocade, so why the heck not? Let's see here. So Angela was at 8 milligrams, but I went from methadone to subs. So first of all, congratulations going from methadone to subs. That's awesome. That's a big step in the right direction, in my opinion. So you're at 8 milligrams now. Okay, so down here she says I was on 185 milligrams of methadone. Woo, that's a dose. Then I dropped to 41. That's a huge drop. I'm assuming you tapered for a while, right? Then I cut cold turkey onto subs, and I was on subs for almost 3 weeks. I really had a hard time with it, so I went back to 20 milligrams of methadone. So you're kind of bouncing back and forth between methadone, or so if I understand you right, you're staying on 20 milligrams of methadone now? I don't think you gave Suboxone enough time if you only stayed on it for 3 weeks. Sometimes people take like a month or so to regulate and like find the right dose. How do you feel on 20 milligrams of methadone versus 8 milligrams of Suboxone? I'm always curious. I don't talk to a lot of people that have taken methadone, so I don't really know what the difference would be with methadone. I don't have any experience with methadone. But don't you have to go to the methadone clinic every day? Oh, I think that would suck. If that's how it still goes, I could not do every day. That's a lot of work. Because isn't methadone only in liquid form? Let's see here. Rachel says, I know that will be a struggle for me, so I'd rather just jump straight to Sublocade, I think. Yeah, see, it's like if you know that you're going to struggle trying to taper, and some people just know that in advance. Like they just know their personality. So it's like if you know in your heart that you're going to just suck at tapering, some people aren't cut out for that, and that's okay. And that's where Sublocade can come in. It could taper for you automatically. I like to tell people I'm on autopilot now. There's a reason that Sublocade is so expensive. In the way that I try to relay it is that it works and it does all the work for you. So you're basically hiring Sublocade to taper you off slowly and securely, right? Sublocade's not going to be doing this crap all day like I was when I put the dose under my tongue. It's just going to come in straight, slow, and long over many months. Oh, okay, so Brandon says methadone is in pill form also. I didn't know that. So do they give you guys like a week or a month worth of methadone take-homes now, or do methadone people have to go in every day? I've always like pictured like a little shot of alcohol, like they go in there. Is that how most people do it? All right, let's see here. Rachel says, no, I don't think he has a channel, but was active in the chat often. Now that you say that, I'm remembering. I thought he actually posted, I want to say Pat posted on one of my videos recently, but I haven't seen him in the, yeah, you're right, now that you say that. I haven't seen him in here for a while. No Cap 805 says, they got morals homes. What does that mean? They got morale homes? They got morale homes. They get take homes in the bottles, but it's limited to like 13 only. So they'll get 2 weeks at a time. Is that what you're saying? I don't know what that half-life is on methadone. Is it like fast acting like opiates are? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Thank you for clarifying that, Megan. So Megan and No Cap says up to 2 weeks carries where I am. So I guess that's an improvement because I always thought methadone was just every day you have to go to the clinic at 6 a.m. and take your dose. So that's cool that they at least give you guys take homes. I don't see a lot of people talking about methadone on my channel, so it's cool to hear that. A long half-life. Wow, okay. Interesting. I think it's longer, kind of like subs, but I'm not positive. But methadone is a full opiate, right? So it still gives you the all the euphoria that you'd get from opiates, right, guys? Is that right? Rachel says it took me about 3 to 4 months to stay on a good dose without overtaking. Yeah, and see, that's a long time, right? I do, though. I want this to end. I hate this life. Brandon, you don't hate your life, buddy. You're all right. You'll get through this, man. Just hang tough. You just got to keep pushing, man. I know it sucks when you kind of take a step backwards with your recovery, but don't give up, man. This life is so freaking rare that we have this chance. But I understand depression sucks, man. Trust me, I struggled with a lot of depression in my life. So I know, but just remember that when you're down here, there's only one place to go, and that's up. So keep on fighting, brother. Brandon's at 8 milligrams and 4 milligrams in the evening. Was he from the UK? Let's see here. Okay. Sorry, I'm kind of bouncing around the comments, guys. Yeah, I think a lot of people that are in the Suboxone lifestyle struggle with depression. I think most of us do. I wouldn't say all of us. Not when you take it like you should. Oh, not like you. Okay, so you're saying that you don't get euphoria when you take it like you should. Kevin says, could you imagine if pharma created a similar solution for alcohol/benzo withdrawal? It would be groundbreaking. Yeah, man. Wow. I know so many people that struggle with alcohol addiction and benzo addiction as well. Gosh, I can't believe they haven't come up with something like that. I didn't really even think about that. That would save a lot of people's lives, man. They need to get on that. Hey, Marky. Marky pops in. Big Pharma don't do that. No profits, bro. Who else is in here? It looks like we still got 16 people in here listening. You better drop me some comments. Say what's up to your boy. Unless you got me unless you're driving right now. Obviously, don't be doing that. My uncle is struggling hard with the old alky. Yeah, I know a lot. I mean, probably at least half the people I know are struggling with alcohol addiction. Like half the people that I personally know have a hard time not drinking every day. What's always seemed weird to me, though, guys, is that a lot of people that I do know that struggle with alcohol addiction, they can still be really, what's the word? Really productive in life. You know what I mean? For me, like my opiate addiction and Suboxone really made me like lazy and unmotivated in life. I don't know if you guys can relate to that or not, or if you guys are noticing something like that as well. But I have plenty of friends that drink alcohol every night and they're very successful for whatever reason. It doesn't seem to hold them back as much as I feel like Suboxone has held me back. And my opiate addiction has held me back. You know, there were years when I would take painkillers and just sit on the couch all day and not want to do anything but chill. See, that's why it's weird, because some people get the energy and they want to go work and they get all this energy from opiates, but me, I just wanted to chill and relax. I felt like the more that I moved, the less that I would feel the opiates. So I just wanted to watch a movie and just float off. That's how I always felt on opiates anyway. Dang, this lemon water is yummy. Let's see here. Lo-fi for your soul. What are your thoughts on getting on subs for kratom addiction? I know a few people who have done it. I don't know how I feel about it. That's a great question. Thanks for asking. Getting on subs for kratom addiction, I feel, is a great idea. Kratom is, in my opinion, much more dangerous as far as if you're comparing the two, mostly because of the short half-life. it has much more potential, in my opinion anyway, for abuse potential. A lot of people can say, I've heard some people say that kratom has been worse for them than heroin, if you can believe that. Somebody actually said that to me. Somebody actually at the gas station said that to me, a random person, because that they just want to keep scooping more and scooping more and scooping more, you know, because your tolerance can go up so fast on that. And so with Suboxone and the longer, slower half-life, you can take your Suboxone once or twice a day and be on with your day, right? Where kratom, you have to watch the clock every 3 or 4 hours. It goes in and it goes out. So you got to keep scooping that crap down your throat. So in my opinion, Suboxone is a much better alternative than kratom. However, kratom could be beneficial to some people. You know, for you hear some people say they prefer kratom over Suboxone. Some people say the other way. So I just explained to you guys, I have experience with kratom and Suboxone and Sublocade and painkillers. I've been in this lifestyle for so freaking long. I've tried all this stuff except for methadone. So hopefully that answers your question. Maybe some other people can comment about kratom if you're watching this. How much kratom are you taking, Lo-Fi? And how many times a day are you taking it? Also, that being said, I think that it should take very low doses of Suboxone to get people off of kratom, unless they're just scooping, then you might have to take a little bit higher dose of Suboxone. Brandon says he was a heroin addict. See, man, you made it this far. A lot of people don't make it out of that lifestyle, so you've gotten off of it with the help of Suboxone. So just keep on fighting, man. Hey, Mike, you made it. Good to see you, man. Are you still in pain, Mikey? I know you were. I'd kind of seen some of your comments. You were saying how you were in pain or something last week. Hopefully, you're doing better, man. Okay. 17 people in here. Go ahead and hit the like button on the way in, guys. Mikey, opiates help my anxiety. Yeah, they definitely calm me down until it comes time to come off, right? Then it's like a backlash of anxiety. Oh, Megan says at first. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like a lot of these medications, they work really good at first. Just like painkillers, right? They work so good at first, and you only needed like small doses of it, and then boom, 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 boom. Then the rocket takes off, and you're off to the races, spending $3,000 a month like I was, just to maintain your sanity. Mikey's still in so much pain, dude. Yeah, you're in a tricky spot, man, where like you've got like addiction stuff, and then you also have pain issues, like constant pain issues, man. That's got to be very challenging to deal with. Hopefully you can get something figured out. Let's see here. That just means you're normal, Deb. I don't trust people who aren't conspiracy theorists. Marky, did Callie ever reach out to you? I know she was wanting some information. She had some really good questions, and I was curious if she'd ever gotten a hold of you. Lo-Fi says about 30 to 40 grams a day. So if you're at 30 to 40, that's a pretty decent amount of kratom we've got going there. How much experience do you have with Suboxone, Lo-Fi? I mean, just guessing, I would guess that you would probably need 30 to 40 grams of kratom. I'm trying to remember when I jumped off of Suboxone at like a half of a milligram. I needed about what was it, guys? 10 grams of kratom to keep me out of withdrawal. So if you flip-flop that, I'm going to say you're going to need somewhere around 1 to 2 milligrams a day of Suboxone. This is not medical advice, by the way. This is just me sharing my experience. And you'll want to make sure that if you are going to switch to Suboxone, that you need to wait at least 24 hours to start. You need to start to go into withdrawal before you take Suboxone, or else you could have some interference there. Don't forget that. I tried kratom before subs, and it didn't help much at all. Different doses and different strains. I know a lot of people struggle with the kratom shots. I've heard those are like the most addicting parts about kratom. And I heard those shots are like 10, 15 bucks each. What? That's a lot, man. You take 3, 4 of those a day, you're spending 50 bucks a day on kratom. No way. No way. Kratom tastes like crap unless you have some good ways to take it. If you just raw scoop it, oh goodness, the taste is horrendous. A lot of people cannot handle the taste of kratom. I know exactly a few videos on natural healing. Oh, so Deb says Zach did a few videos on natural healing, and he had some good ideas. I'll have to see that. I haven't seen Zach's channel for a minute. I've been so busy. You guys have seen how many videos I've been putting out. Holy moly. Whew. Had a lot of comments lately, too. I'm hooked, and it sucks. I appreciate your insight. Yeah, you're welcome. Hopefully that can help you. Definitely, I would say you're going to end up being 1 to 2 milligrams a day of Suboxone. You know, one thing you could do too, Lo-Fi, is get on Suboxone for a week or two. Low dose, 1 to 2 milligrams. Find a doctor that will give you a 100 milligram shot of Sublocade. Get that shot and just move on with your life. It will taper you off after several months. Automatically, it will taper you off. Something to think about. 2 seconds, guys. Keep the questions coming in. What's up, everybody? Your boy's back. 18 people say what's up to your boy. Anybody else a heroin addict? Brandon asks in here. Anybody else struggling with heroin addiction? Let Brandon know. Mikey says, same Kev, the pain unbearable today, lower lumbar. Oh, pain, legs are weak. Then the neck pain comes and goes. Dang, dude, you got all kinds of stuff going on, Mikey. No wonder you're struggling over there, buddy. Hopefully you have good health insurance. You can get the right doctor to help you out, man. Brandon says, hang on, I'm taking my evening dose right now. Yeah, I've never tried injectable stuff either. So Deb just posted the video, I believe, to Zach's channel. Jeff, what's up, man? Jeff says, did your doc tell you that your test levels dropped off after getting off opiates? No, I think I told my doctor that. I've had, so just a quick, just talk about my testosterone levels real quick. So a lot of you probably haven't heard me talk about this before, so I'll just touch on this for a minute. So from the ages of about 23 to like 33, I was kind of addicted to steroids, you guys. Somebody asked something about steroids earlier. And I went from 130 pounds all the way up to 245 pounds of like solid freaking muscle. Like I looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger, guys, when I was on steroids. And so basically when you take steroids like I did for years, you know, I was cycling off and on them. But when you do that, even if you take just a few cycles of steroids, you're telling your brain to shut off your natural testosterone. So not only basically did I do that by taking steroids and then stopping, when you come off of steroid cycles, your body is freaking out and it has no idea what you want it to do because you told it to turn off the testosterone with the injections, right? So on top of that, I was crushing my testosterone levels by my opiate addiction that I had in my late 20s and early 30s. So I had two things going against me. So there was one time, you guys, where I tried to get off of steroids and opiates, and that was absolutely positively not even possible to do both of those at the same time. I would have jumped off a bridge before I would have made that happen. So the only way that I could find myself getting out of addiction to steroids was taking testosterone replacement therapy prescribed by my doctor. I've been on prescribed testosterone since I was 28 years old. So I'm very familiar with testosterone, how it works in the body, all kinds of stuff I know about testosterone, obviously, because I've been in this lifestyle for so long. So hopefully that answers your question. If you're stuck on opiates, if you drink every night, if you smoke, if you're on Suboxone, if you're on Kratom, all these things will crush your testosterone levels. So if you're a guy, you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, you're struggling with depression, if you're struggling with low energy, if you're unable to make gains in the gym, sex drive issues or performance, any of those things, go to your doctor, tell them you're concerned about your testosterone levels. They'll take a quick blood test, and you'll know within 3 or 4 days what your testosterone levels are. And oftentimes, by doing a simple blood test, they can find other issues that you might have as well. So definitely recommend that everybody gets their blood tested at least once a year, maybe twice a year, especially if you're starting to get older. And then your doctor will give you a prescription of testosterone. And then, I mean, probably almost everybody in my whole gym is on testosterone replacement therapy. It's a very common thing these days. Oh, so Lo-Fi has never tried Suboxone before. So yeah, you might want to get with your addiction doctor on that and tell them you're stuck on the Kratom. Suboxone is very cheap to get, especially if you have insurance. It's probably going to be free. Or if not, just download the GoodRx app. You can get generic Suboxone tablets for like $1.50 each. Very freaking cheap, and that's for 8 milligrams. You don't need that high of a dose. And just for reference, I would say don't go jumping on 16 milligrams of Suboxone for a 40 to 50, a 40 gram a day habit of Kratom. You need to start lower if you can. Okay. People that start on 16 milligrams of Suboxone, they have a high tolerance of like me. I had 150 to 200 milligram a day habit of oxys. People that are on heroin likely are going to need more, like 24 to 32 milligrams of Suboxone. Like it's higher for the stronger stuff that you're on. Ryan says, I got clean for 4 months and I never did feel right and normal again. I couldn't find joy in anything anymore. I got back on Suboxone now and I jumped right back to normal and I felt good on low amounts. What do you consider low amounts, Ryan? How long until I will feel normal after my jump? I'm going to try again in January. Some people say, if you look at Gabe's channel, he claims it takes 1.5 to 2 years to get normal from Suboxone. I don't resonate with that kind of thinking, but that's what he said, and that's the worst I've ever heard anybody say it takes to get normal. I think there could be some other things going on in his situation, but that's what he claims it takes 1.5 to 2 years to feel normal after Suboxone. That's why I just don't really resonate with that. I would say, just thinking generally about people that have gotten off, it seemed like it might take a good, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 months to feel normal. Normal, whatever normal is, right? Have you considered getting a shot or two of Sublocade, Ryan? And just letting it taper you off automatically without you having to do all the brain work? Angela says, I'm staying on 20 milligrams. So you feel better on 20 milligrams of methadone than you did on Suboxone. That's what you're saying, right, Angela? Yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys. You know, you guys have experience with what you have experience with. So it's, at the end of the day, it's up to you. You know how you feel. We don't know how you feel. So if you're trying kratom, if you're trying methadone, if you're trying Suboxone, if you're trying Sublocade, it's up to you to determine what's best for you in your situation. I can only relay what I have experience with, and that's basically it. In my personal opinion, low-dose Suboxone is a much better way to go than low-dose kratom. Zach had so many physical problems, and he solved all of them without a doctor. Dang, Dad, you got me all curious now. I've got to see this video. I'm going to check that link you put in there. My boy Zach putting out some content, huh? It's so hard to stay up with everybody that makes content. Izzy had to blow her little nose. Looks like somebody deleted a message there. Jeff says, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and the t-shirt don't fit. Dang, making me laugh up in here, Jeff. Thanks for that, buddy. It's always nice to come on here and laugh with you guys. T-shirt don't fit. Got that schmedium on. Angela says, I felt more constipated and dehydrated on 8 milligrams of subs and felt more unhealthy. I'm not cutting in subs. I wish I knew how to regulate a dose. My doctor didn't really work with me. Subs made my eyes red. So you probably could have benefited from splitting up the dose. A lot of people have issues with if you take Suboxone once a day, like most doctors want you to. The problem with that is that it hits you really hard. Who was it? It was, I think it was Mark Brown last week had made a comment on my channel saying that every morning he wakes up, he takes his full dose of Suboxone, and then he has to take a nap, or he took like his majority dose right when he woke up, and then it knocked him back out. So I said, your dose is too strong. You shouldn't be getting freshly out of bed after a full night's sleep and then taking a Suboxone nap right after. That means your dose is too strong for what you need. So he lowered the dose and naps went away. So a lot of people just need to split up their doses, take some in the morning and take some at night, or just take a little bit off of your dose if you're struggling with like red eyes. And if it hits you too hard, that means you either need to lower your dose or split up the dose throughout the day so it doesn't all smack you in the face at once. I never liked taking it all at once because it hit me too hard. And then by the end of the day, I felt like something was wrong in my life. And it's like, because the dose, when you have a fast metabolism like I do, it kicks in fast and then it goes away fast. So that's why I always took a dose in the morning and then a dose in the afternoon. And that kind of kept me more like this instead of like this. Not everybody has such a speedy metabolism like I do. So some people might not struggle with that. Kevin says, trying to get Cameron to join. Oh yeah, so you already know Cameron. You're right. Yeah, where's Cameron at? I was hoping she would be on here. Let's see here. I think that's the next for me with testosterone. Yeah. I recommend everybody if they're in this stuff to definitely get checked for testosterone. It can be very unhealthy to have a low testosterone, you guys. Very unhealthy. If you're sober, you can take home your dose. Oh, that's cool. So they build up trust with you on methadone, kind of how they do on Suboxone too. Kevin says 13.5 years Subutex user, was in the 100s to 200s for 13 years. He's talking about his testosterone levels, and that's very low. Once Bupe left my system, he's up above 500 naturally, and he's a 50-year-old male. So a 50-year-old male without testosterone therapy above 500, that's incredible. That's incredible, Kev. Good job, man. Got to be feeling like a new man. Got a little extra pep in your step. Got a little extra dip in your hip. Angela says, I'm also on subs. My nose would run all the time. Yeah, some people have that issue for sure. Or any type of opiate can make your nose run and get stuffy. And sorry, I'm looks like I'm lagging a little bit behind the comments, guys. I'm trying to get caught back up here. Rachel says, Kevin C., thank you for sharing your story. Truly, it was a huge help. I think she's talking to the other Kev. I really wish subs worked for me because I felt more sober. I think you could have just messed with the doses more, Angela. I wish you could have had a chance to like talk to me on a phone call. Side note, if any of you guys need to get a hold of me and have a private conversation about some issues that you guys might be having, just remember I'm not a doctor, but I do have a lot of experience. And the link is in the description of all of my videos if you guys need to have a private conversation with me. Even if it's just like 10 minutes, that's okay. I don't mind. I didn't like the side effects, honestly. Yeah, side effects definitely come from different doses, and there's a lot of different tricks and tips you can do to mitigate depending on exactly what side effect you guys are having from Suboxone. There's a lot of different ways you can dose around the issues. And it sounds like you just needed more time, Angela, to get yourself dialed in on Suboxone. Sorry that didn't work out for you, but yeah, 3 weeks just going straight on 8 milligrams. A lot of people can have issues and complications doing that. Sometimes you've got to mitigate the doses and adjust stuff around. So a lot of people are talking about their eyes getting watery. Guys, if you're getting watery eyes from your Suboxone, one thing that I always did that helped with that is just take eye drops. That almost clears up all that wateriness almost instantly. And usually that means that your dose could be too strong for you if you're getting glazy eyed and if you look like you're overly medicated by if you look in the mirror and see your eyes are all glazy and glossy, it could be a sign that you're over medicated. Subs make my eyes red and burn like if they're dry. Yeah, guys, if you're having any eye complications, eye drops will go a long way in making you look normal. If you're afraid people are going to be able to tell that you're like this, take some eye drops 10-20 minutes before and you'll be much more improved look. I'm surprised I've never talked about that before, actually, because that is a pretty big embarrassing thing to be like, hey, your eyes are all red and glossy. Jeff says, I just got off of everything and I've got all the testosterone symptoms. So if I'm understanding you right, Jeff, you're saying you got off of Suboxone? Is that what you're saying? You just got off Suboxone. A lot of people, it takes a month or two for their natural testosterone to kick back into where it should be. So if you are just barely getting off of Suboxone or opiates, give yourself a month or two and then go get checked at your doctor because it should come back, hopefully. as long as you're not like 70 years old or 60 years old. Also, physical fitness will greatly help kick your natural testosterone back in, guys. Another huge thing is eating good foods, not drinking soda all day, and not going out to fast food of any type. Prepare your meals at home, learn how to eat healthy, and that will greatly help your mood and your fitness, how you look, and also your testosterone levels as well. Hang on tight, Lo-Fi. It's worth the work. Just get with your doc and be normal again. Just depends on how long you're on the subs. Yeah, the length of time you're on Suboxone, that comes into greatly as far as how long it's going to take you to get back to normal again. And also, if you've been on like way high doses for a long time, that's also another thing that I find that kind of comes into play. If it was just as easy as removing the sub, then it would be easy. Quite possibly a lot of stuff going on. I started to feel normal at a month, but ups and downs. Yeah, a lot of people are going to experience ups and downs. They call it the pink cloud effect. That would come in for me, and then I would think, oh, I'm over it, and then bam, the next day I'll be hardcore depressed again, and then the next day I'll be up in the pink cloud again, and it's just like, definitely the first month of coming off of Suboxone it's a roller coaster. You got to be ready for it. Do you think people can be on subs for the rest of their lives if they feel they need it? Absolutely, yes. Yes. I tell people on this channel all the time, just because I'm trying to get off of Suboxone and buprenorphine doesn't mean that you guys all need to, and definitely doesn't mean that this is a race. Everybody is on their own level, guys. You guys might just be coming right off of a heroin or opiate addiction, and I think Suboxone is the cheapest life insurance that an opiate addict can get. You guys have heard me say this before. I personally feel that somebody, before they even consider coming off of Suboxone, should have bare minimum 6 months, but up to at least 12 months of clean time, right? And they've been stable on Suboxone, and they've been rebuilding their life and their relationships. And then if you feel good after 6 to 12 months on Suboxone, and you feel like it's probably your time to start weaning off, that's when you want to talk to your doctor about tapering off of Suboxone. But I don't agree with using Suboxone for 3 or 4 days just to get over the heroin withdrawals. Like it's not going to usually work out too well if you try to use it that way. Have people done it? Yes, there have been people that have done that successfully, but more often than not, it's going to be too big of a lifestyle adjustment to go from heroin to Suboxone for 2 or 3 days and then move on and be happy-go-lucky like you weren't just addicted to hardcore drugs. It doesn't usually work that way. You need to build some stability. But yes, if somebody needs to stay on Suboxone and they feel great, If you guys are feeling great on Suboxone at whatever the dose and you're not having horrible side effects, if your teeth aren't falling out of your mouth, if things are good with you and you're okay with it, then dude, stay on Suboxone as long as you need to. If you don't feel guilty like I did, I always would self-guilt for some reason. If you don't feel guilty about it, then who cares? Stay on it as long as you need to. I always tell people, like, what is your soul telling you? Listen to your soul. Your soul is screaming at you that you need to get off of the medication, then chances are you should probably think about listening to it. I do an eyelash line every morning and evening. I don't know what that is, buddy. I think people can cap. No cap. Stop the cap. I think people can cap. Oh, sorry. Now I'm understanding why she meant that. I would love to, but don't you go through withdrawals from the shot when you quit also, or when you start? No. You don't go through withdrawals. Let me back up and read your question again, Ryan. Make sure I understand you correctly. Where is it? How long until you felt normal? I hope I'm not getting confused now, Ryan, bouncing back and forth between your questions. So when you get the Sublocade shot, basically you can almost quit immediately taking Suboxone and go on with your life. Suboxone, the Sublocade shot lasts a very long time. It lasts longer than the month that they tell you it does. But for the first couple shots, you're supposed to get the shot once a month because you want to get what's called a steady state, and that's what going in every month for the first few months allows you to do. For the first month of my Sublocade experience, I had just a few fluctuations in like feeling weird or feeling a little off. But once I got my second shot, I've been absolutely steady since. I burned all my Suboxone. I just don't need it anymore. I don't ever even think about Suboxone anymore. It's the last thing I want to think about. I've spent years and years thinking about Suboxone all day and all night, how bad I wanted to get off of it. I don't even think about it anymore, you guys. All because of the help of Sublocade. Rachel says, I got to run, guys. I'll check out the replay later. All right, Rachel, thanks for hanging out with us today. Jeff says, I've decided. So 500 it is then. Brandon says, my nose only runs if I need my medicine. So some people's nose will start to run if they're starting to go into withdrawal. But not after he's taken his dose. Don't worry, addicts like me can't tell if it's lagging. Damn, Jeff, where you been, man? I need you to come in here and make me laugh every Wednesday. I don't have a lot of people in here cracking jokes like this. My wife, so Kevin says, and just if you guys don't know, you see Kevin in the chat. That's Kevin that was on the channel last week. He's very knowledgeable when it comes to all this stuff that we're talking about, guys. So if you guys have any questions for Kevin, that's the good sir that was on last week with me. And we made a killer video. If you guys didn't see last week's live stream about Sublocade and Suboxone, I believe that video is going to be like one of the most important videos as far as helping people in the future with Sublocade. So go see that video last week if you guys haven't seen it yet. That video is going to get a lot of views over the years. Kev says, my wife knew when the Bupe Sublocade was leaving my system. I would leave it at that. I will leave it at that. I was on Suboxone 16 milligrams when we met in 2011. I feel like I'm 18 again. No joke. Yeah, I've heard people when they come off Suboxone and opiates, like their sex drive goes crazy high, like crazy high. So that can be something to look forward to for you people that are, tapering to get off. Chances are you're going to be a lot more into things once you get off. Brandon says could be a lack of sleep too. Jeff says subs, yes. Brandon's been on subs for 2 years. Hey, Deb. Also, Zach, if you're still in here, are you guys planning on, like, how long are you going to taper down and how low? Like, below 1/4 milligram, or what are you going to do? Do you guys have dates that you're going to try to be done by? I'm really curious about you guys. I couldn't even take a shower when I tried to jump off too high of a dose. I had zero energy. Guys, I can flash back immediately to the last time I jumped off Suboxone at 1/4 milligram, like 3 years ago. I can remember so vividly what I was feeling like. And I think I remember Kevin talking about this last week. It was 3, 4 in the morning. I had to sleep in a separate bedroom from my girlfriend because if she moved at all, there was zero chance that I would get any sleep. And I was just miserable all night. I was in my bed, separate bedroom, sweating, tossing and turning. I took my hardcore Ambien medication to try to get some relief. I got like 2 hours of sleep. And then, boom, I woke up in hardcore withdrawal. The restless legs, I'll never forget the image that I had. I was sitting in my bed, and I pictured my legs were just sitting in a campfire, and it felt like they were just burning and melting. The restless legs, guys, when you're going through opiate and Suboxone withdrawal, restless legs is brutal. And I was taking the restless legs tablets before I went to bed, so I did all those things. I tapered down to 1/4 milligram. I didn't stay at 1/4 milligram long enough. That was where I messed up. I went from 1 milligram down to 1/4 milligram, and I think I stayed there for a week or two, which, as we know now, isn't long enough. You need to be down to 1/4 milligram for a month, 2, 3 months before you jump off, if you want minimal withdrawals. Oh, that restless legs, though. Whew. After you get off the bupe, are you going to try the Vivitrol? I loved it. No, I'm not. Once the Sublocade runs out, I'm hoping that I can just roll out. Roll on out. I'm just like, I'm ready to move on with my life. This needs to be over. I think the eyelash line references to the dosage. Oh, okay. I got you, Jeff. Kat says, my soul was telling me to get off. Fear. Yeah. It's funny how Suboxone can make us, it's like when you're a child and you're worried about the big bad monster under the bed. That's exactly how we think about Suboxone and jumping off of Suboxone. I've said in the past that I would rather get in the ring and fight Mike Tyson in his prime than go through Suboxone withdrawal. And I do mean that, guys, because it sucks that bad. Taper, taper, taper. Or if you don't want to taper, Sublocade. Or suffer. I'm asking your opinion and everyone else. Let's see here. How many 5+ year users are on here because they want to be on for the rest of their lives or fear? ? I'm asking your opinion and everyone else. I'm sure there's a lot of 5+ users on here that are afraid to jump off. I know that's one thing that Joe would always say too. He would use that word, scared. I'm scared. It's scary. Jeff says, withdrawal is quite the motivator, Kevin. For me, was all fear. I just didn't want to do it. Kevin squared. Wednesday, no problem. I aim to disappoint. Also been around the block a few times. Happy to chat about all things recovery. Smiles go a long way. Yeah, they sure do, man. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are just so deep down depressed, and then when they come on here and they can have a few laughs with us, I'm sure that can help for sure. And then to also be relating to so many people in the chat as well. Deb says, I have no dates to set. Nope. So she's not in any rush, just like I'm not in any rush. I get there when I get there. Like some people are like, why did you get on Sublocade? It's going to take a year to come out of your system. I don't care about when it comes out of my system. I've been in this lifestyle for 20 years. Dude, another year or 6 months is going to go by like this. I don't feel the medication, so I'm good. Can I email you a picture of my Suboxone withdrawal? I took a picture of myself. I want to share it because I never cried like this during Sublocade taper. Yeah, dude, send it over. I'll post it. I'll post it on my post tabs on my channel. My email address is in the description box, brother. Or you can just send it on Reddit. You know where to find me. Jeff said you aim to disappoint. No, Deb, he was being sarcastic. Jeff was. He was being funny. He said I said something funny. So another joke I said, I aim to disappoint. Yeah, he was trolling himself. I caught that one. Zach says, just getting home from dropping off the kids. I don't have a timeline at all. I'm just going to keep trucking. I've been listening. Great content. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are like, because I felt like kind of stupid in the past because I kept getting, I kept kicking butt in my taper, and then I would be like, all right, I'm going to do this by this date. And then every time I put the date, I failed. Like, so it sucks to put the date and like put it out there. I think Reed learned not to do that from watching me fail so many times. Reed just did it when he did it, and he didn't like have it all planned, because it's a lot of pressure if you have a channel and you're going to tell everybody, I'm going to jump off this date, and then you don't do it. You have to come on and make the I didn't make it. I didn't make it video, and I've made a few of those as you guys have seen in the past. Free Talk says, test, don't ever get off. Test back. Testing 1, 2, 3. Adderall shortage. I've heard about that. I've heard about that shortage. That sounds kind of scary. A picture of the withdrawal. This is new. I want to see. We got it all sorted. Yeah, he'll send me that picture and I'll post it. I'll post it on my channel for you guys to see. I'm just like, I can picture what the picture is going to look like. Hey, Carrie, good to see you. Carrie says, I want to switch to Sublocade. I am sick of the daily struggle of dosing. I came off of subs at 8 milligrams and I stayed clean for 15 months. That's impressive. And now I'm back on subs and been on for 4 years. So what is it that made you get back on subs after being off for 15 months, Carrie? You were in the right place, Carrie. Keep listening to Kevin. What's your dose at? Oh, wait, let's see here. What's your dose at now, Carrie? Have you talked to your doctor about Sublocade? Looks like we're almost to an hour and a half, guys. I don't see a whole lot of comments going on. So if you guys have any final comments, throw them out to me now, guys. If you have any questions or comments and you want it to be on video, throw it out there to me now, guys. Looks like I got all caught up in the comments. So, Mikey, I hit every comment on here for you today, brother, but I don't see you in here much. There you go, guys. Throw the comments. Throw the comments. If you want me to keep going and keep chatting here. Zach says, I just made a video about what would happen if we lost the ability to get our meds. Really dangerous these days. Supply chain, etc. I think Deb just posted that video a little bit ago. I'm going to go check out your channel here soon, Zach. So you might see some comments from you, brother. No Cap says, my doctor said no Sublocade because I'm on 2 milligrams. He said I have to be on 8 milligrams to 10 milligrams. I've heard of a lot of people saying that, and it sucks because, I don't know, it just sucks. Because some doctors are doing it. Like, I have a good buddy that went from 2 milligrams of Suboxone to the 300 milligram shot. And yes, it was a heavy dose, but he was able to move on, right? Sucks, man. I'm sorry. Sometimes some people might have to take their dose up into their own hands, right, guys? I don't know. I'm not trying to say you guys should do that, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do. If you really want to get on Sublocade and you can't find a doctor, then maybe you have to bring your dose up. And I know that sucks to sound like you're going backwards, and it is going backwards. Don't get me wrong. But you guys seen that I was at 1 milligram. I had to go up to 4 milligrams. I was so easy to go up to 4 milligrams. I was able to go from 1 milligram to 4 milligrams in like 2 weeks, you guys. It's so easy to go up. And if I didn't go up to 4 milligrams, I wouldn't have been able to get the Sublocade shot. And I would still be struggling right now trying to taper down lower to Suboxone. And I would be frustrated right now, like I have been for the last 4 years. So some of you might want to consider having your doctor taking you up on your dose if he won't give you a lower dose of Sublocade. Something to consider, guys. But I always tell you guys too, if you guys are on a taper and things are going well and you're controlling things and you're feeling normal as you're coming down, just keep sticking with the taper, right? I think Sublocade should be mostly for people like me who has failed to taper off many tries, right? Or if you know that you're going to suck at tapering, that's when you could just bypass all this crap and get on the right Sublocade dose and move on. Can't they just bump them up to the next level to get the shot? Yeah, they should be able to. It's in the description box, Kevin. Just a quick side note though, Kev, like I'm very careful about like not, because I get so overwhelmed by texting and calling people. So definitely shoot me an email though. I want you to send that picture to me, but and hopefully you're okay with me posting that picture on here. But as you heard me talk about with like Maddie, like I was texting him and stuff, and like we built this solid relationship, and then he just like ghosted out on me. So I'll probably just keep it through email, Kev, for now, if that's all right, buddy. Don't let me get too attached to you, Kev, because you're gonna break my heart. No, you won't break my heart. I'm just kidding. Maddie didn't break my heart. I just feel bad for him, and I just hope he's okay. You know, like you build a friendship with somebody, and then they just ghost out on you like that. It sucks, and I worry about him. Let's see here. Brandon Carey, don't be afraid to hit Kevin up or I up. What I didn't see. Oh, so Brandon has insurance, dude. You should be good to go then, man. Oh, quick thing too, guys. So I've seen some people say that their insurance will only pay like X amount of dollars. If you go to www.insupport.com, that is basically a Sublocade assistance type of situation. Like from what I've heard from a few people now, is they'll basically pay whatever your insurance won't pay, right? So if your insurance tells you we'll cover half of your Sublocade shot, go to insupport.com, do their little loop-de-loop, whatever they want you to do, and chances are they'll probably pay for the rest of your Sublocade shot, right? It's like a supplemental insurance type of thing. So some people haven't known about that. GoodRx Gold. Wait, what? GoodRx Gold, $218 for 128 milligram boot. So what's that, like less than $2 a tablet, right? Yeah, GoodRx. If you guys are on Suboxone and you can go generic, I've never had any problem with generic Suboxone. Side note, I know some people have said the generic doesn't work as good, but I could never tell any difference at all. GoodRx is a good place to save a lot of money. Even if you have insurance, you might be able to get your Suboxone cheaper through GoodRx. Something to look into, guys, because I know a lot of people on this channel are on Suboxone, so could save you some money. Look into it. Okay, guys, looks like we're up to an hour and a half here. I'm going to shut it down. Don't forget, next week we have a special guest again, like we did last week and the week before. Shout out to you, Deb, for sending the super chat for the day. I really appreciate your support. And keep going with your taper, Deb and Zach. And I want to appreciate the new people coming in watching here. It looks like we had some new people in the chat today, and I appreciate the humor from you, Jeff. Burrito time. Hopefully I'll see you guys on the next one. And don't forget, guys, the new channel time is going to be the same time that this live stream came on. I'm going to be posting videos at the same time. Whenever I'm going to post videos, it's always going to be at the same time that this video started. So don't forget to, if you have any questions, like Kevin said earlier, for our guest next week, which is a doctor who specializes in addiction medicine, put any questions that you might have for him in the comments of this video on the replay, and I'll be sure and ask him on that video, guys. Okay, we'll see you guys soon. I hope you guys have a great day. Deb says, looking forward to next Wednesday. Thank you, Kev and Kev2. You start calling him Kev2. That's awesome. Yeah, thanks for hanging out in here, Kev. Good to see you. God bless you too, brother. And we'll see you guys on the next one, hour and a half. I didn't want to stretch today's show out too long because I know some of you guys get sick of my 3-hour stream. So, okay, guys, we'll see you next week. And I got another video coming for you Friday. All right, bye, guys.